So my name is Deborah Yates. I'm 25 years old. I came from Brandon, Mississippi. So before, in my addiction, I just wasn't really consistent in my lifestyle. Pretty much, jumped job to job and was also selling drugs to people. I already pretty much knew that I was in a bad situation. It wasn't like I didn't know I was addicted, and I just was tired of the lifestyle I was living. I was already trying to accomplish overcoming that, but I just couldn't do it on my own. The lowest point was probably right before I got arrested. I was just very angry and hurt. I knew I needed help, but it wasn't the way I wanted the help. I was court-ordered into the program. My bail's bondman actually set everything up for me, so she talked to my judge, and without that moment, I wouldn't be in this moment. So I'm thankful that it happened. Since I've been here, is not only have I just stayed strong and finishing and finding my worth in myself, but also through the Lord and cultivating a relationship with Him, and just really learning how to have a relationship with Him, and just learning a different lifestyle, to live a lifestyle that I've never experienced before. I just love that everyone here is just so family oriented and have one goal and one strive. I'm just grateful that I found this place.
Hey, I'm Joy. I'm from Clinton, Mississippi. I'm 22. I started using when I was 18, my senior year. I would just use on the weekend. It would sometimes roll into Monday. But I maintained. I graduated high school, went on to college, and had a big car wreck and had to drop out of college. I started working. Then I got straight enough to get back enrolled into college, and I met a guy. My addiction progressed. He overdosed, and when I found him, it was just like the reality hit me that addiction really only led one way, and that was death. There was no using drugs and maintaining a life. You use drugs and then you died. I just had a breakthrough about 6 months after he died. The intake coordinator knew his mom of this rehab in Jackson, Mississippi, where I'm from, and she talked to the director of the rehab, and he paid out of pocket for me to come get treatment. While I was in treatment, my godmother told me about Strong Tower. I called and did my interview, and I ended up here. My mind has been restored since I've been at Strong Tower. He's transformed it. Just thought patterns that I used to have, they've been replaced by better thought patterns. Had a lot of victory in that area of my life. My family, they're proud of me, and that's a big victory. Got a lot more peace than I did when I came in. I don't dwell on the friends I lost in my addiction anymore. I've had victory in my anger. I'm just happy again, man.
My name's Billy Whiteley. I'm 47 years old. I'm from Texas City, Texas. By the time I was 13 years old, I began experimenting with alcohol and pills. It's been my family's, everybody was doing it at the house, so it wasn't nothing I couldn't get a hold of. By the time I was 15 years old, I was full-blown alcoholic and started working in the oil field at 19 years old. That's where I was introduced to meth for the first time. I begun using cocaine on a regular daily basis. It wasn't like I couldn't afford it, money was plenty. I just stayed pretty much normal to the lifestyle I was raised in, fighting, doing drugs and partying. Couldn't ever find nowhere to be stable, moved around. Never really thought I had an addiction problem or anything until last 4 years of my life. I was doing good, I had my own home, married, had plenty of money, and just really never knew life at all. I was pretty well dead on the inside. My wife was gonna leave me, so I was become suicidal, and called my niece, and she was talking about this program and that she had turned her life over to the Lord. I took a chance, and I really came up here that time for everybody else because they were wanting me to fix my addiction. I stayed for a couple months, but I burned off because I thought I had it, and fell back into the same old routine, running out of bars, fighting, getting in trouble with the law, doing drugs. I OD'd on 44 sleeping pills, and my wife come back to me, get me back up on my feet long enough and to get me back here at Strong Tower. But this time I came in on my own. This time I called Strong Tower and told them I needed to come back. I needed to get my life together and get up on my feet and change who I was and become somebody new, a man of God, and somebody of integrity, and somebody my family can look up to. My family has begun talking to me, accepting who I am. They write me, they call, they really do love me. That's probably one of my biggest victories, other than the fact that I've gained the Lord Jesus Christ in my heart. And I just come to know I love the Lord, and I have a calling for wanting to help others. I don't want to foresee anybody else go through the struggles of life that I did, and to look forward to what the future has with the Lord and what being faithful can provide, the Father can provide for us. My plans are to stay here and help others just like Strong Tower helped me.
Hi, my name is Rodney McCoy. I'm from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I am 41 years old. At age 16 or 17, I got my first taste of cocaine. It started out just for fun at parties, but it progressed all throughout my 20s, in and out of jail. The whole time I was doing drugs behind the scenes, hiding it from my family. Really, I was leading a double life. But as time progressed, I became more successful in my business. My drug use actually got worse. It led to me turning into a vicious monster until finally my wife had enough. I found myself all alone and not wanting to go on in life and wanting to commit suicide. But God had a plan. My sister got on the phone and started calling around to different places. The only one I think that responded to her was Strong Tower. That was a sign from the Lord that this was where I was supposed to go. The Lord got a hold of my heart. God has transformed the filthy, evil sinner that I was, the liar, the cheater, just everything that I did to destroy my life. God has restored my wife and kids. I have a relationship with them again. God has transformed me into what I'm supposed to be. I found a resting place that I can call home. I'm just grateful for it today, that Strong Tower exists and that there was a place that I could go to start over in life.
Hi, I'm Chad Russell, 47, originally from Phoenix, but I came to Strong Tower via Hereford. Growing up, I had a great life, normal middle-class family, but I think the one thing that stands out to me now that I look back on it, alcohol was always around the house. It wasn't until later in life that I really developed a problem with alcohol. Wasn't as active with my family at home anymore. Put on a bunch of weight. That's when the pain started kicking in with carrying all the extra pounds. Didn't want to take pills to take the hurt away, so I started drinking more. That's how I ended up losing my career. That's when, I guess you could say, the self-pity set in. It's like, now what am I going to do? And then my wife and I decided it's time for a change. Had my son staying with me. I was talking with him and said, well, here's our choices. We can be homeless together. You can go stay with your mom, or he can go stay with his mom and come here, and I can get the help. And he said, go get the help. So here I am. I actually found out about Strong Tower through both my niece and my nephew who gone through the program here at Strong Tower. It was with their encouragement and my son's encouragement that brought me to Strong Tower. While here at Strong Tower, learned to love myself again. I'm starting to see restoration in my family, and I now have a relationship with Christ. And it's all because we made that decision. Would highly recommend that if you're struggling, make that call. It's worth it.